Guys, we're back at Sweet 16 and we picked up the septic tank. Boom. Got the tiny house right behind me. Just gonna get you guys all caught up on where we're at right now. Been working on the deck, been working on water lines. Got a bunch of equipment up here right now. Where is it? Back in there, right there. We got a Mini X up here and the skid steer, a lot bigger equipment, more suited for working up here on Sweet 16. It's kind of rough. They're getting it done. It's been helping out a lot, and we're about to get all the infrastructure for the water all finished up, so that's friggin' awesome. All right, here we are. We got the deck framed out to right here. We framed out the perimeter of the laundry room, which is going to be right there. So when you come out of the front door and you come around about right in here, you can start going upstairs to the second level. That's going to be off the back. This will all be one level. You can walk right over here and then boom, you'll be able to go right into the laundry room right here. So pretty sweet. Go over here and take a look. So we've been putting sealer on all the wood underneath, and then these boards have sealer on the bottom side of them. So the tops will get deck stain, but all these bottoms have sealer on them, and the sides will have sealer on them too. We'll end up hitting the sides, and then after they're installed, we'll come back and we'll put deck stain all over the entire top. And the way we did it, these boards will slide up underneath here. Boom. See how that is right there. And then after we get the deck done, we'll come back in here with like some cedar and run a baseboard, and then we'll have to trim out around the windows and stuff like that. We'll have to trim out around all these windows. Boom. Boom, right there. And then we'll run baseboard. Trim around the door. Got your threshold right there. Run a little base down on the bottom. But I also kind of want to get this painted right here on the siding before we mess with the stain in the baseboard. I want to just paint this green. It's going to basically, it's going to match this right here. So just bring that color down. Same around the window trim, and around the white windows we might do white trim just to kind of make them pop. Not sure about that. We might go back with brown, but I was kind of thinking white around the white windows, but we'll see what happens on that. I'm not sure. We just got these boards right here kind of out of the way so that he can work on staining a whole nother pile over there. I'll show you guys where I'm talking about. Going good. Just got to get in here and just continue, boom, all the way around. And I need to put some floor joists in right here. We also got a bunch of joist hangers that we need to put on. So we'll just kind of have to scoot this out of the way where we can get down in there and put some joist hangers on, and then we'll push everything back, you know. But a lot of steps to get this deck done. Just putting this preservative on here, all the black. Takes a long time, you know, but that wood's going to last a lot longer having that on there, because, you know, it needs to have something on it. You know, a lot of people just stain the top or put water sealer on the top, but nothing really gets down underneath, you know what I mean? And so I just figured we'd take this time now while it's all open to just go ahead and do it, you know. I just think it'll make it last a lot longer. But bugs don't like to eat it, you know. Water doesn't really penetrate it, and bugs don't like to eat it. So that's a win-win for right here at the tiny house. So we're going to get geared up. We got the guys coming, going to be working on the septic tank area, trying to get that lined out, and finishing up some water line connections, putting some more boxes in and things like that. We got an outdoor water spigot, you know, the kind with the big handle. Got to get that installed and get water turned on. So hopefully today's going to be the day when the water gets turned on. I hope. It's been a long time coming. Boom. So you see kind of where we're clearing out all that, and that's where the new treehouse studio is going to go. Right down here. Like right down there. Whoa. Big nice treehouse right there. I'm excited, but we got to get the tiny house done first, and we're getting close. I mean, this side right here, all it needs is to be painted, have the trim put on, soffits and fascias finished up, the metal skirting along the bottom, plumbing done, electrical done. You know, we're almost there. So it's not going to be too much longer, and we'll be gearing up for the next build. That's why this is getting all cleared out right here while we have the machine here and everything. And we got to work on septic and all that kind of stuff too. So we're just kind of dropping in off this hill. This is kind of where the hill starts right here. I know it's not easy to tell on video, but right in here you can kind of see, like the tiny house, you can see how high up it is right there, you know, compared to like back here, right? Boom. So right in there, it just starts dropping off big time. So trying to kind of build that up right down in there where it's kind of like a big, long, flat, you know, kind of right in there. So we can work off of that and everything like that. So they'll be working on that a little bit more today with the big equipment. And me and John are going to jump over there and start working on the deck. So super excited. Treehouse coming up next. Yes. Perfect, dude. Guys, there's a whole lot going on right now. They're down there still working on the plumbing, and just got done talking to the main man about moving some big rocks for me while he's got the big Mini X up here. You know, just like some big landscaping boulders, you know, just move them around, because he can move them around so easily with that piece of machinery. It's not even funny. Me and John are just working over here. Boom, he got all that waterproofed right there. It looks friggin' awesome. And then I just got the floor joist done right there on the new little laundry room. And I think we'll just run our deck boards all the way into the laundry room right there. So the deck boards go this way. I think we'll just run them all the way up in there. And then I'll put plywood on top of that for the actual floor in the laundry room. So you'll have like a little step up going into it. And we're just gonna put a normal door on it and insulate it and everything. So I think the hot water heater and the washer and dryer, and then maybe there's a little bit room extra just for storage or whatever. So anyways, that's what we're working on. And I got this big hole right here that I got to start working on, probably drop another post or two, and just keep moving forward. Appreciate y'all watching, but we got to get back to work. Guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Been getting a lot of stuff done. We finally got water. It's freaking amazing. The deck is coming along great, and that's gonna do it. Really appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, click on that notification bell. You'll get notified each and every single time I post a brand new video. If you liked any part of this video, give us a great big huge thumbs up, like. And if you got anything to say, just drop it right there in the comments. That's all you gotta do. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.